Hi guys, how's it going? And in today's video I'm going to be kicking off the series of tutorials which I'm going to be doing around Adobe Premiere Pro and how I edit, how I think certain things should be done, how I do them, as I say. Not necessarily the only way of doing things, as with many creative tasks there's many ways of doing things, but this is the way I do it and the way I would teach somebody to do it, hence why I'm teaching you guys through these videos. So yeah, this video I'm just going to be going through the process of the filming / the import. I'm actually going to show you how to film, but if we just look at this footage I'm using from the BTS from my upcoming Rode Link wireless kit review, the shot is quite flat, it's quite desaturated and stuff like that. That's how I shoot, because it gives me more control when it comes to editing and colour grading anywhere, which I'll get onto in a later episode. For now, we are looking at my desktop. I am actually recording this after the fact. So basically, I shoot like that for colour grading, and then I've got a bunch of different things set up, and I'm going to walk you through here. So we're going to my folder system, we are navigating, this is my editing SSD, we're going to navigate through the folders to the import folder which I've created, and then open up Media Encoder, and as you can see in the bottom right corner I have the watch folders, and I have one set up to the imports folder that I was just in the File Explorer showing you. In here I have two different things set up. I have set up to watch that folder, and any video that gets dumped into that folder will get changed or encoded, which is effectively just reformatting the file into two different versions. This one is a H.264 backup. This is going onto my mass storage, which consists of some 3TB hard drives, to have a backup of the storage of the footage that's in the same format as it's recorded. That's good quality, but low in file size, nicely compressed to keep the file size low, so that I don't have as big a storage issues as if I was using the Cineform, which I will get onto in a moment. So, as I said, the backup, I use a software called BVCKUP2, or Bvacup2 if you want to try and pronounce it, which just does a cloning of one 3TB drive, which is my mass storage drive, onto another 3TB drive, which is mass backup drive, and through that it means I've always got a clone and a safe backup. I also use external 3TB USB 3 hard drive occasionally, once every few months, to do a big backup as well through that, so that I've always got off-site backup as well that's not in the system, connected to the power supply and everything. And looking at the Cineform, this is basically just a different format that's GPU accelerated by Adobe software. So if you've got a graphics card, whether it's built onto your chip, like your CPU, or a dedicated graphics card like an NVIDIA or AMD graphics card, it's going to be accelerated in rendering performance and scrubbing and that kind of thing, which is why a lot of editors have started using it. But it does come with the disadvantage of being much bigger in file size over the likes of H.264 file, which you're probably recording in on most cameras these days. So Cineform, as I say, does have benefits such as file size. It isn't a benefit, actually, that's a problem to some extent. Bigger file size, it's got more data in it, means it's nicer for editing, it's nicer for colour grading, it's GPU accelerated, it's a very, very nice format, makes a big difference in editing. Ever since moving over to it, I use it quite a lot. I use it on that 500GB SSD that's in my computer that I use to edit off of, with the backup going obviously onto that mass storage and into the then backup drive through the cloning software. I edit off the SSD because of the fast file speed, like transfer speed and stuff. It opens up a lot and makes it a hell of a lot easier. So now we've done that, I'm just scrubbing this footage from the shoot I did for the Rode Link wireless system review. This is a video I'm going to be editing through this tutorial for this section of the tutorial anyway, once this video is edited, because certain things I'll be doing in this I won't be doing for other things. I will hop between a few different projects and I will let you know. So that was just me, as I say, transferring those. and then they've been rendered in media encoder out to this Cineform files. We're looking at the Cineform files here, which I'm now, as you can see, taking into the actual project folder for editing. Then here, going into the templates folder I've got, which I've got a setup of everything, so I've got quick access to templates and folder layout and everything to make stuff quicker. Then I open the MSP project folder to open Premiere with the template that's already got it all on a basic baseline setup with the intro, outro, everything all in there, links to the files and stuff already within Premiere, ready to actually edit. As this makes it so much simpler to get up and get going. I would definitely recommend setting up a template folder and having template projects like this with stuff like your intros, your outros, any things that you use regularly while editing, already set up and within Premiere, like the folder or bins as they're called within Premiere, all set up to easily organise your files within Premiere too, so that way you've got a much easier workflow. Having organised file systems both inside and outside of Premiere in File Explorer or Finder if you're on a Mac makes a huge difference to editing, because more time you can spend actually editing and working on the files and not having to hunt for files through folders makes life so much easier, and can significantly speed up the process and give you more time to actually focus on doing the editing itself. So we might be like doing the cuts, you might be colour grading, you might be doing audio work, whatever you happen to be doing. It means you can spend more time doing that and not having to look for files, which, as someone that's used crappy file systems in the past, trust me, it's worth it. So here, as you can see, I do have this thing set up, sequence. I'm going into the bins, I'm going to where I'm going to be putting my footage that I'm about to drag in from the File Explorer. I prefer this method to using Adobe's built-in media browser, as I don't know, the media browser built-in isn't particularly great. It's not as easy, even you can have favourites and stuff within File Explorer and Finder on the sidebar, so it's easy to organise and get quick access to projects. So I can much more quickly, I should say, access my files and quickly drag and drop it. Just all it means is for the period of time while there's an import happening, the Premiere Pro window and that File Explorer window are frozen, but then not frozen, but locked, if you like. Just as a reference there, I have folders set up specifically for dumping these in with names to the cameras and scenes and stuff. Obviously in MSP videos I don't have scenes, but in RS I do, and it's just easy to have those in there. So for like MSP and RS gaming videos, those don't have scenes obviously, so I don't use a scene folder system, whereas I most certainly do when it comes to the films and music videos and stuff we do with RS. But as I say, back onto the MSP stuff, I don't, so I ignore the scenes, but I dump stuff from my Nikon D5100 into Nikon D5100 folder, because then I can actually organise my file space on the camera and easily find them. So yeah, that is how I organise it all, how I get set up ready to edit, with organising file systems, having them encoded into Cineform for smoother and faster editing. So I'd recommend using a simple file system. Cineform files are big, so if you don't have a lot of storage space, just stick with H.264 and get more storage, then start using Cineform then. But yeah, other than that, I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I shall catch you all in the next video. Adios.